Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Alante. I am reading The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman by Shahrazad. And I don't know if y'all watched the other two chapters, but this is the third chapter I'm recording today, okay? I'm not playing games. We're getting through this book because we're going to move on to the next one, which I have it actually right here behind me. Let me show y'all. We'll be moving on to this one next. I'm really excited for it. We only have 4 more chapters in this one. It's falling apart. We only got 4 more chapters left in The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. So we move on to The Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man. And I'm so anxious to get to this one. It's thicker than this one, as you can see. I mean, clearly thicker. We need more on the men, clearly. But I'm very excited to dig into this, to say the least. So I appreciate y'all for sticking with me, getting through the Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. And next we will be moving on to the Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man. All right? So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers, tell everybody. All right. So I have chapters 1 through 13 in a playlist linked to this one. And we're going to get into chapter 14, attitudes. Without further ado, let's get into it. Black women very easily do what is referred to as get an attitude or catching an attitude. And this means routinely, daily, moment to moment, she may decide for whatever reason that it is necessary to float between good feelings and bad feelings, which equals an attitude. The attitude represents a change in mood. She may become dark and gloomy or uptight for days on end about something that she has not even presented to the black man. The attitude is unpleasant, makes her extra hard to get along with, and pervades the atmosphere with dissatisfaction. The black woman's attitude affects how she looks, how she responds, and what she does. Her attitude can be described simply as her state of mind, negative. While her presence is important, her cooperation is essential. The most important issue the black man has to deal with is the black woman's state of mind. If she has an attitude, she will be careless, cynical, silent, and disagreeable to live with in peace. The first hint that she has an attitude is that she becomes quiet, distracted, and irritable. The black woman has a very short memory of the good times she has with a black man, and as soon as something goes wrong, she immediately figures out what it would take for her to bail out of the relationship. She can make her exit plans in the twinkling of an eye, and instantly is ready to do whatever it takes to flee. She keeps these plans ready in the forefront of her mind anyway because of her insecurity, distrust, and lack of faith in the black man. She deals with personal interaction problems as if they are happening during the last day of her life. There is no tomorrow for she and the man she is at odds with. The unfair thing about the black woman's attitude is that she chooses to act out her dissatisfaction instead of confronting the black man head on, honestly, and explaining what she is unhappy about. Sometimes, once the actual words are spoken out of her mouth, she realizes how ridiculous her position is and hopes with all of her might that the man will offer a simple solution or explanation that will get her off the hook. When she is carrying an attitude about something, she thinks the entire conversation out in her head. She may even rehearse lines or make up responses to what she thinks the black man will say. The black man, who is unaware of her self-talks and verbal preparation, may be surprised at the almost instant intensity and organization she presents her problems in. While she is waiting to see if the man will figure out for himself what is wrong with her, she talks to her friends. She downgrades the black man and tells her cohorts every negative thing she knows about him and possibly his whole family. The black man is literally tried and convicted before he even goes to trial. Later on, after the conflict passed and she and the man are back on good terms, all the bad things she said about him are expected to be forgotten, and her friends play the same rule so they never mention it again. This is a kind of grace or courteousness they extend to each other, because they know when they are angry with a man, they might say anything and exaggerate. Her friends tell her to continue to watch him because he's probably lying. The reputation of the black man hangs in a delicate balance between his woman and her girlfriends. Once ruined by rumor, he has a hard time regaining their confidence or respect. He never knows this because usually they all continue to act friendly, never letting on that they have changed their opinion about him because of something he allegedly did to his woman. They are compassionate with each other about having an attitude. If the black man examines the black woman when she has an attitude, one she denies having, he can see the physical symptoms of her stress, such as a list of 16 things. Let's get into it. 1. General irritability and gloom. She sulks. She may manage a strained smile and gets impatient easily. 2. Her heart pounds. She shows symptoms of being excited or out of breath. Her blood pressure may rise. 3. Her mouth and throat becomes dry. She may have difficulty speaking or responding in a normal tone. 4. She may throw things around. She becomes careless, developing a I don't care or F it manner. 5. Dizziness. She may appear slightly drunk when she walks. 6. She develops an inability to concentrate on normal activities. She may have to be spoken to several times before she responds. 7. Floating anxiety. She appears to be afraid and nervous while restraining her outbursts. 8. Trembling or nervous tics. Her jaw or eye may twitch. Her hand may shake from trying to control her outrage. 9. Stuttering. She may jumble her words or display other speech difficulties. 10. Grinding her teeth. She may do this while awake or asleep at night. She might start to eat more. 11. Diarrhea, indigestion, or vomiting. Caused by her internal systems adjusting to deal with her suppressed stress. 12. Popping pills or increased smoking. She may do this to delay her reactions or just to have something to do other than face her problem. 13. Severe headaches. Sick migraines that may put her out of commission or send her to bed with pain and nausea. 14. Drinking. Increased alcohol consumption. She may drink more and say things she later says she doesn't remember. 15. Nightmares. She may wake up with cold sweats or toss and turn. And last, 16. Accident prone. Because of her distraction, she may start bumping into things or drive carelessly and become dizzy. She cannot see because her vision is clouded with her problems. The black woman does not know that stress is a reaction caused by the value she places on something. If she changes her value or reaction to an issue or subject, she will have milder responses. Sometimes the black man will stay away from the black woman until she gets over her attitude. Left to her own devices, eventually she will work the problem out in her head, settle on a decision she can live with, and continue on in the relationship. Every problem with the black man, however, requires her to make a decision about whether or not she will stay with him or go. She does not consider problems as temporary stumbling blocks. Every issue is a life or death problem that the entire relationship dangles from. During the course of her attitude, she may also devise all kinds of devious schemes she plans to execute if she thinks her man has done her wrong or try to make a fool of her. The black man does not have to make a fool out of the black woman. If he stays with her long enough, he will witness her making a fool out of herself. Most of her emotional pain is self-inflicted, but she refuses to acknowledge this. She sees the black man as the root of all her problems, and if he would just act right, she would be fine. She insists that the black man's entire world revolve around her just because her whole world revolves around him. She does not want to be a part of his world. She wants to be his entire world. She desires to remain in a state of constantly being romanticized by him. She vies to be the sum total of his focus and will send him through a lot of fabricated changes just to keep his undivided attention. The black woman is not familiar with non-possessive loving, so she believes that to hold on to the love of the black man, she must cling to an invisible umbilical cord attached to his brain. Jeez. Because she is like the earth, she desires to be steady with her whole being circulating around the man. The black man is worldly. He may choose to visit any of the other planets while still keeping his homestead intact with the black woman. His limitations are not equally set with the black woman's. So while she may become content with her home routine, he may charge on searching and discovering everything. The black woman thinks that his experimentations and investigations outside of her means that he does not love her or want her. She wants the black man to be like she is, satisfied and accepting of their life together. She prefers to have him hanging onto her dress tail, But when he does this, she disrespects him and considers him weak and treats him badly. The main process that creates security for the black woman is for the black man to tell her what to do, have a plan for her life, and see to it that she does it. She desires to be convinced of his love and be forced to do right by him. She is similar to a child who does something to see if the parent will allow it, or does something to see if the parent loves it enough to chastise it. The black woman practices a contradiction when she claims that she wants to have her own way. All the while, she wants to be monitored and restricted so she will not harm herself or others. It's deep. She gets an attitude when she can't have her way about one of the black man's ideas. She will be in disagreement with a plan and admit she doesn't have anything to replace it with. She should be reminded that it is better to go along with him in unity and be wrong than to fight against him to win and be right. If she chooses him, she should go along with the program he offers her. If she does not want to support his idea and go along with him, then she should get herself another man whom she will go along with. The only right between the black man and the black woman is for them to be together in unity, peace, and love. Obviously, for the black woman, these goals are far down the list of what she says will make her happy. Her fight against him is solely based on fear. Fear of abandonment, fear of losing her home, fear of looking like a fool to her friends, and fear of being used. She has been programmed to think the worst of him by books, news reports, movies, television, and newspapers all her life. She is not qualified to rule herself, let alone a black man, but she tries to force him by one method or another to accept her ideas about everything from work to lifestyle. She continues to fail. She constantly has an attitude about anything related to her failure. Sometimes, rather than submit to the black man and be what he wants her to be, some black women choose to be alone. They justify their right to live in celibacy and nowadays claim it as a welcomed hiatus or satisfaction to be looked forward to between one of her failed tries. She claims being alone gives her time to get to know herself and get in touch with her real feelings. It is impossible for her to get to know herself without guidance. When she is alone, it only gives her time to congratulate herself on being right about how she is. She wants to keep her fragile ego in check, so she only admits to light criticism on herself. Almost any activity is better when accompanied by a black man. The options offered to lone women are distractions presented to help black women conclude she doesn't really need a man to be happy. Certainly, a woman will not keel over and die if she doesn't have a man. But then again, the moment of death is over in a second, while loneliness seems to linger for infinity. Any black woman who wants to have a black man can have one. Obviously, it requires her to adjust her ideas and stipulations. She must adjust her behavior to attract a man and keep him. Being fine, having a grand education, and money are not sufficient credentials to attract, keep, and satisfy a black man. The man of her dreams does not exist anywhere on earth except in her cartoon-like imagination. There is no real shortage of black men if the black woman would decide to deal with what she has, opposed to living alone and dreaming of what is not available to her. Still, black women persist in pursuing a tragic, wasted life of trying to remake the black man. She wants a gender-free society where the women are free to act like men and the men are free to take care of their own needs domestically like a woman. She tantalizes him with her acts of smile and sensitivity and then drops the bomb on him as soon as anything happens that doesn't please her. The bomb is her funky disposition that interferes with her happiness. Not only does the black woman believe that trying to please the black man is a blatant form of masochism, she has sufficiently fooled many black men into believing there is no longer a such thing as a good woman. She has also inspired him to believe that he may as well stop searching for whatever does not exist and to accept her low-down decorum as the norm. She wants him to give up on being happy the way he perceives it and accepts the terms she offers to be satisfied. I posted on my Instagram, so if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, it is the same tag as my YouTube channel. But I posted on Instagram a few days ago about how I feel like that's what women are doing now with the whole pick-me thing. They're trying to detract men from looking for good women and making women, pick-me women, look so undesirable, which I think is ridiculous. She, too, has given up on the possibility of finding a good black man, not the kind she is looking high and low for. She has 3 main tools she uses to control him. 1, denial. 2, aggression. 3, jealousy. She can be counted on to use these 3 traits to combat the black man when he does something that she feels she absolutely cannot accept. It could be anything. She does not apply the same tactics to every issue that arises. She changes her position craftily according to whatever she feels emotionally at the time of the infraction. Sometimes one misplaced word in one of her man's explanations can send her off. That's not funny, but that's true. It's true. And I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is, but if my man, for me, if my man says something in the wrong way, the English language, you know, I'm a very literal person. So if he says something in the wrong way to me, I'm just like, did you do that intentionally? Because the English language is very unforgiving. So when you say things to somebody that's literal like me, it's like, did you mean that? But 9 times out of 10, I'm not saying, did you mean that? I'm straight to the attitude, which is not good. But I'm a human. I'm a work in progress, you know? That's why we're reading the book, so we can all learn and grow together. I'm not a perfect girlfriend at all. So, yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, she is a real grouch when she is suffering from one of her attitudes. It is a good idea for the black woman to be taught to smile. Smile. Smile when she greets her man in the morning and smile when she meets him at night. A smile is a very helpful and comforting form of communication of confidence and satisfaction. She must be reminded to keep up the happy spirit in the home and make it a happy place. Regarding happiness, it has been said by many black men that it is impossible to make a black woman happy. They say,
that woman ain't never satisfied.
Or,
no matter what I do, it still ain't enough.
I've heard that before. It is reported that the black men make this complaint because they have tried to do many things to make the black woman happy, satisfied, and content. Unfortunately, they are seemingly destined to fail miserably each time they give it a try. For some odd reason, whenever the black woman gets what she wants and is happy, at least for the moment, she starts to think that something must be wrong. She thinks that if it looks like things are working out, then something must be going on that she doesn't know about. At this stage, she starts to examine her life, check stuff out more closely, and nitpick at her surroundings and the people in it. She will watch and check until she comes up with something that she can express her negative attitude about. She can't seem to stand too much happiness. It makes her uncomfortable. Okay, I'm not like that. We love some happiness and peace around here, okay? When the black man sees her in this kind of depression, he claims,
what is it now?
Because he is accustomed to her interrupting her own happiness with a new problem she just thought of. The black man should realize that being unhappy is a bad habit for her. She finds it extremely tedious to break out of her old habits that make her life miserable. She has tried many ways to be happy and invariably ends up just as unhappy as she started out. The problem is that she does not know what happiness is or how to express it freely. Happiness is a state of mind that she is afraid to linger in too long for fear that she'll be overcome by something or somebody. Since she is not used to being happy, she does not know how to act when she is. Oof. That's chapter 14, y'all. What y'all think? Attitudes. I mean, I hate to say it that I'm one of those women, but the attitude, man, sometimes when we're so angry, it's hard to shake. And the disappointment, I don't know what that is. Like shaking not resentment, but shaking that disappointment, maybe even resentment and anger towards our men. It can be difficult. It can be very difficult. And I'm not exactly sure why, other than this overwhelming feeling of being let down. Maybe it is something deep within our psyche. Who knows? But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. The next chapter is chapter 15, Her Sex. I haven't read it yet. It's a short one too. And then after that is chapter 16, The Other Woman. And then chapter 17, Arguments. And then 18 is the conclusion. So I am looking to get through the rest of this book by the end of this month, by Black History Month, okay? Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Thank you so much for rocking with your girl, watching all these videos with me, giving input, giving feedback. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.